Off with their breads! Breads? What if the Queen of Hearts wasn't the villain? What if she was the victim? Hi, I'm Allie, the literary sewist. Here in my crafting castle, I create projects inspired by the books I review. Grab a lemon tart, sit back, and let me tell you why Marissa Meyer's Heartless inspired me to sew a baking-themed apron and oven mitt. Oh, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel for all kinds of bookish sewing goodness, from book reviews, sewing projects, sewing tutorials, and just good old-fashioned book talk. In Heartless, we meet Catherine, who is the young daughter of the Marquess. She wants nothing more than to become a baker and open her own bakery with her best friend, Marianne. She is quite the talented baker and can use her baked goods to get almost anything she wants, except with her mother. Her mother thinks this is an unacceptable plan and wants her to be married, especially because the King of Hearts is very much interested in young Catherine, and a proposal is imminent any day now. Enter the court jester. Jest is handsome and mysterious and quite witty. Catherine is immediately attracted to him. Cath and Jest begin seeing each other in secret, even though they know how much danger this could bring to the both of them. Marissa Meyer weaves a tale that is full of magic and the fun and quirkiness that is Wonderland that we know and love from the Lewis Carroll stories and the Disney movies. There are cameos from all of our favorite characters, the Mad Hatter, the Cheshire Cat, and even a few that you might not expect to meet in this world. What was Wonderland like before Alice tumbled into the middle of it? Things that I liked. Cath. She was such a fun young lady who was determined, smart. She had a business plan. She knew what it was going to take to start this bakery. She didn't care if she was supposed to do certain things. She was out to accomplish her dreams and her goals. And her best friend, Marianne, had the best relationship with her, and their dreams just aligned perfectly. It was so cute to see them together. I just loved reading about Cath. Marissa Meyer included characters beyond the ones we come to expect from a Wonderland tale. She's got Peter Piper, Peter Pan, Poe's Raven. It's such a fun way to include all of these quirky characters in a fantastical world that we already know and love. Cheshire. Cheshire was the best. You're used to the snarky, sarcastic Cheshire Cat that you read about and you know about from the Disney movie. But Cheshire in this was just so much more extra. It was great. I don't know how she managed it. Marissa Meyer gave so much more to the Cheshire Cat than I ever thought could be possible. Things that I didn't like. I am a big Marissa Meyer fan. I've read everything that she's written, and I will continue to read everything that she's written. The story in the beginning was so great, and you jumped right in. You're really engaged. The middle kind of felt a little flat, like she was trying to really use the classic Wonderland tropes, but then it picks back up and the end is absolutely fantastic. So it was just the middle section of the book that I kind of lost my engagement with the story, but it wasn't enough to make me hate the book at all. Let's discuss. Cath is a baker, and I love to bake. I bake all kinds of things, especially cookies. I have an absolutely divine pumpkin chocolate chip cookie that needs to get made very soon. But what do you like to bake? Or do you just like to enjoy baked goods that other people have made? Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite is. Well, what did inspire me to sew a baking-themed apron and oven mitt? Well, duh, Cath is a baker. She wanted to have this little cute bakery and take off on her own. And I could just picture her in her cute little apron, serving her guests and making cookies and making tarts, all kinds of things. So I wanted to make an apron that would be perfect for Cath to wear at her bakery. I'm gonna go get that sewn up, and I'll be back in a little bit to show you what I made. Open crafting castle for business.
One to be a murderer. One to be a martyr. One to be a monarch. One to go mad.
There are many layers in this oven mitt. I used 100% cotton batting, Insel Bright, and quilter's cotton. To get the quilted look, draw out the lines in a grid 1 inch apart, then sew straight lines on top of those lines. Using a basting stitch or a loose, long stitch is a great way to hold lots of layers in place while you add binding. You can make your own bias tape to use for binding. This allows you a larger variety to match your fabrics. I use these clips a lot, so much that several of them are breaking. Time to buy myself some new ones. Now let's move on to the apron. This is a self-drafted pattern. Let me know in the comments if you would like a tutorial for this. I use a lot of ruffles on this pattern. There are several ways to make them, but I prefer a loose tension zigzag stitch. Before turning your fabric right side out, be sure to clip corners and trim the curves. The waistband and bodice both have interfacing to keep them nice and crisp. Straps on this apron are adjustable at the bodice rather than the back of the neck. This skirt is designed in 3 sections. The front is straight while the back is curved up to the middle. A rolled hem is a great way to finish the hem, especially on ruffles. Doing this on a serger allows you to have some fun with the thread colors. So many ruffles. I'm using about 21 feet of fabric to create these ruffles. Basting comes in handy with ruffles too. I baste them before I serge them. This keeps the ruffles nice and even so they don't slide out of place. Top stitching seems tedious, but the extra step gives everything that professional look. I'm gathering this apron so that it matches the waistband. Have I mentioned there are lots of ruffles in this apron? Pro tip! Check your bobbin thread frequently and have a backup ready on the side. Can you guess what I did not do? Okay, back to work gathering the skirt. Now that my waistband is attached to my skirt, I'm marking the center placement for my pockets. Heart-shaped pockets for the future Queen of Hearts. Make sure the fabric on the skirt is flat when pinning on your pockets, so it doesn't bunch up weird. I'm adding super long ties for dramatic effect. Enclosing the seam is one of my least favorite things to do, but it looks so much better on the final project. Top stitching the waistband and ties, and then we are all done. Power down, Crafting Castle.
Things do not happen in dreams, dear girl, he said, vanishing up to his neck. They happen only in nightmares. His head spiraled and he was gone.
Here are 3 reasons to read Heartless by Marissa Meyer. You're going to want to eat every single thing. Not only is Kath an amazing baker, but Marissa Meyer does a fantastic job at describing the taste and the texture of everything she makes. The atmosphere of Wonderland is executed so wonderfully. It gives so many nods to the original story and the original world we're all familiar with. It's just perfect. The Queen of Hearts is one of the most hated villains in fairy tales, but Kath is so adorable and so sweet, you'll want to be her BFF too. My overall rating for this book is 5 stars. You go into it knowing exactly who the Queen of Hearts is, and this story gives us an excellent insight into who the woman under the crown is. Thank you for joining me this week and allowing me to talk about Heartless by Marissa Meyer. If you enjoyed what I had to say, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and make sure to ring the bell so you get notified every time there's a new video uploaded. Thanks, I'll see you next time. You want a bite?